Is it going? Hold on. Is it going? Let me where's that VGM that I had? All right. You know what? Fuck it. We're doing the Valhalla OST. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Felix here. Hold on. Is it going through? There we go. It's through. It's through. Hey everyone. We have people here. We have people here. Oh man. I know it's supposed to be my birthday, but I haven't had the best day so far. But you know what? I have a good note to end it on. I have a fun note to end it on. So anyway, so we have people here. We have people here. People came to my birthday. Hey. Hello, random perv. Hello, Dantioch. Hello, cute flat flamingo. Late and gay birthday boy. Shut the fuck up. I'm late, but I'm not. Okay, I'm not fully gay. Hey, Hero was here earlier. I think it's going on. Excellent connection. Okay, so it's going on. It's going on. Anyways, so how are y'all doing tonight? How are y'all doing? This is got Neo to wish you a crappy birthday, but so blah. We showed up. We showed up, nerd. Yeah, I know. I'm a nerd. Yeah, I've got the Valhalla music blaring because I am serving myself. I am currently serving myself as Jill. Hold on. Um let me move my. Why not? Happy birthday, big man. Yeah. Anyway, so actually, let me move my beverages so I'm not in so I'm not being covered up on my own watermark. It will cover up the flat spot on my head. Happy birthday! Thank you, Keep Flamingo. I really appreciate it. But yeah, so well, we do have some questions. I do have some questions prepped. Some people thankfully was able to ask some questions of me that I am happy to answer. I do, and I do. I don't. I'm not sure. Y'all will be able to continue asking them live. Okay, so from first off, from the Antioch, let me put that up on screen. Um, let me put that up on. Hey, hero vlogging dude, happy birthday, Felix. Thank you. Let me post this in chat. Hold on. Oh man, this music is refreshing. It really does. Maybe I've become too attached to this game, but I'm not even playing the game, and I'm just like I'm enjoying the music. Where is that? Home. There we go. There it is. Stream. There we go. And where's that? Okay. Personals. All right.
We're calling on all late night
For
coders.
fuck's sake, it's another it's a
self-proclaimed
military
space
recruitment ad.
Stargate.
It's a military recruitment ad in my OST. Anyways, one day Felix is going to play Code Veronica and realize when most people prefer Claire over Jill. I'm talking about Jill Stingray. Jill Stingray, the bartending waifu from Valhalla. Who has been my sort of both my literally me and my darling for a while. Happy birthday, hey Sharpnel. Anyways, so let me put up the questions that I was asked. Where is that? Actually, let me extend chat as well. There we go. Actually, where's that? Where's chat? Okay. Image. Okay, question 1. And that's a screenshot of what Dantioch asked. So the first one is you hear from Dantioch. Oop, where's that? Got any streaming plans? Anything special coming up? Oops. The bar is shaking. Yeah, the music is great. Yeah, it's from Valhalla. I did the finale for Valhalla recently, or as I like to call it, VA11 Hala. So it's a spot of enjoyment for me. It's kind of like it's really relaxing for me. But anyways, so Dantiok asks, got any streaming plans? Got anything special coming up? No. Well, yes and no. For anything special coming up, I will be seeing the last Mission Impossible movie. So I will be doing in a few weeks. So I will be doing a film freakout on that. I would like to I might cover the entire series, although I'm not sure if that's possible. Before then, I might just like do a rant on it. But if we're talking about like film freakouts that are just pure movie reviews, it's that coming up. It's the new Mission Impossible coming up, and of any other movies that I'm gonna see, I will definitely do a film freakout on that one. Any streaming plans? In terms of like extended plans that I want to do in the future that I unfortunately haven't acted on. I keep blabbering about it on the server, but I want to get into recording covers and covers of songs that I want to do, covers of songs that I really like. One of the things that I wanted to do was "You Know My Name" by Chris Cornell, which was the theme song for the James Bond movie Casino Royale. And one of the things that one of the kinds of streams that I want to do before I start recording covers or anything like that is actually getting Neo, of all people, my broshi, Neo Polino, which I'm sure y'all are familiar with. I want to get him to teach me how to sing because he's a great singer, or at least I want to have some level of experience from him. And I also, because the last time I attempted to, oh cool, hope people enjoy that. Yeah, I've wanted to get into it for a while, like doing actual like I don't care about for idol stuff or anything like that. But part of being a VTuber is, I guess, being a V singer, and I want to learn how to sing. My dad at least has a lot of experience in singing, and I'm a fucking Filipino. We're like kind of held at gunpoint and expected to sing as a race, as an entire race. We're kind of expected to do that. You should teach it. You should go ask him to teach you in a joint raid. Yeah, I'm gonna ask him. But before I do that, before I make any solid plans regarding that, I want a microphone. The fun fact: I do not have a microphone. I am the reason why Kilroy in the last stream was telling me I was cutting out so often is because I don't have a mic. I am using my laptop mic to do this. But yeah, I want to get an actual mic so I can record that kind of thing. I want to get into that, and I guess more into music. When I was a kid, my parents were very insistent on me learning an instrument because, Asian parenting. I picked up guitar, and I decided I really like guitar. But things happened, and I stopped playing for a while. It's one of those things that I learned in my childhood that I forgot how to do. I forgot how to read music specifically, and I forgot how to play guitar. But I want to do that again, because it is a passion of mine. It is something I want to explore. I was never, I'm not a music writer or a musician the way I am, like, a writer. I am, like, a fiction writer. I like doing that. But, like, playing other people's songs, as long as I can nail it down, I want to do that. For a while, I wanted to do New Vegas covers of, for a long time, because I still am, I was and still am a big Fallout fan, especially in Fallout New Vegas, and I want to record a lot of covers from that, especially, from Sinatra and Dean Martin and all that, and, artists that I feel like should have been included in the game. And I also want to, and honestly, speaking of Valhalla, a male cover of "Your Love Is a Drug" would be really nice, especially fitting with since I'm a Cupid. Since I am a Cupid, that's me. Doing a love song like that would be really good for me. I feel like that would, and especially since that's my favorite song in the game, and it's the only one that has lyrics. Although it has fan lyrics, but there are lyrics to it. There is a popular lyrical version of it that I was introduced to. Anyway, Big Yike with a lot of questions. Hold on. Neo mentioned. Yeah, Neo mentioned. Okay, a lot of stuff from Big Yike. Okay. Oh, this is a long list. Okay, let me throw that up there. Question 2. Well, it's a lot of questions, but I'm labeling it question 2. Question 2. Oops. Oh, that's a Anyway, so okay, so that's a lot of that's a big questionnaire. Favorite video game that the for as games that I've played myself, it has to be Fallout New Vegas. It just has to be Fallout New Vegas. Just straight up, it's great narrative, great world building, possibly the greatest. Like legitimately, the Fallout series is one of the best world built, even if it has a lot of problems. The Fallout series is one of the most compelling world building stories that I've ever had. And since most of the time I've played single player games, most of the time I've played single player games. That one is one of the better single player games that I've played. Favorite video game, favorite firearm. As you know, I'm all into guns. I have a lot. I'm one of those people who likes a lot of different kinds because I think firearms and weapons. It's just one of those things that I consider works of art. It's this obscure thing called the let me pull up Brave as well. As for stuff that I want, it's probably gonna be the Corifea HSP 701, which is this really obscure German gun made by a Czech guy, but it's one of those it's really pretty. It's genuinely one of the prettiest handguns I've ever seen. The HSP 701, which is really obscure. But as for things that I would like to I could conceivably shoot in real life, besides that, it would be the Steyr GB, which is another 9mm, which is one of those. It's an Austrian 9mm. It was beaten out by the Glock. It was beaten out by the Glock. In Austrian military trials, but I think it's one of those really pretty guns that would have succeeded if Glock didn't exist. Not that I have anything against Glock. I would like to own one, but it's not one of those. It's not something that I consider special, just like a self-defense thing. As for rifles, it would have to be the AR. It would have to be the AR series, which is the AR-15 series, definitely, of course, because especially the older versions like the M16A1 and the M16A3, those two are stuff that I could conceivably own and buy, at least the semi-auto versions, and run myself. I always love fixed carry handle stuff. Looking at premium stuff would probably be stuff by Noveski. I really want a Noveski rifle if I could ever afford one, something like that. As for guns that I have shot in real life, the guns that I have shot in real life would be the M16A1, which I have showed off in a stream, which I have showed off in my VTuber Fallout New Vegas fan goes to Las Vegas in real life, because I went to this place called Battlefield Vegas, and I shot the M16A1 in full auto, and I loved it. Oh my gosh, I loved it. I dream of that rifle. It helps that M16A1 is also my waifu in Girls Frontline. In Girls Frontline. So there's that. But I'm into handguns. I'm really into handguns. They have that protagonist energy that I really like. You feel like the protagonist if you're given the handgun. You feel like the hero. And so the three ones that I really loved shooting was the that I would say I loved significantly was the Browning High Power, which is the FN High Power, the 9mm. Crispest trigger I've ever shot on a gun. I haven't shot many, but I love the trigger there. It is the perfect blend of like it's firm, you know what you're doing, there's that wall, but it's a single action pull. So I think I got one of the later versions that didn't have the magazine safety, so the trigger wasn't that tight. But I could I knew what I was doing. I pressed the trigger and I pull it, and I know what I was doing. It was probably one of the most accurate guns that I've shot. The other 9mm would be the Beretta 92, the It's a big, it's a 9mm, it's lightweight, but it's still really big. I have twink hands, so, like I've mentioned before that I have really twinky hands. I have little baby hands, like little girly hands. So, and it's a big gun, the Beretta 92. But that is like genuinely one of the prettier guns that I've shot. Like the Beretta is just genuinely one of the prettiest guns ever used by any military or police force to me, and I really enjoyed shooting it because, like, despite it for its size, it has like this. It's reasonable. It's an all-around reasonable gun. My dad has an attachment to it too. When I was when I introduced him to shooting, you get the courier was never meant to matter. Yeah. Hey Han, I really oh man, I subbed to him recently. I'm glad to see him here. Happy birthday, Felix. Had to drop by to give you a holler. One of the best, besides Cielo, one of the best Brazilians out there. You get to the courier was never meant to matter. Yeah, kind of in that grand scale of things.
Now,
it was never meant to matter.
We have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new. We're locked.
Oh, shut up. Going on with firearms talk. The stuff that I want to shoot would definitely be more like revolvers. I want to try out the Colt Python, something like the Single Action Army, because I like cowboy stuff, and my dad got me into westerns. Even though I like more modern things. Brandon Perf says you get slapped for carrying a firearm by its carry handle. Is the M16 fully auto? I thought it was burst fire and semi-auto. The A1 is full auto and the A3 is full auto. The A2, the A4, and the M4 are 3-round burst. The M4A1 is full auto. So it's like there's like a lot of different designations, but it all depends on like what's on the lower receiver. But yeah, I have shot like in my limited firearms experience, I have shot full autos before, and I really enjoyed it. It's bliss. It is bliss. You feel like you could take on the world with one of those. And the last gun, which is kind of like a love-hate thing, is the 1911, the Colt M1911. I have shot the Commander version, which I hated it because it jammed a lot. You say like, ooh, the 1911 is super reliable, it's super safe. It never jammed. It jams a lot. It definitely has those problems. It's an old design, which lends to it's an old design, which kind of lends to it having a lot of problems but it is, ironically, the more modern versions of the 1911 are one of the slickest handguns you'll ever fire. And even the bad ones with that have its problems that aren't looped correctly or are feeding from bad mags, even they have really light triggers. It is like scary light. You could touch it with a feather and it would go off. It is super light. And like, because I'm a really small guy, I'm a very short man. I'm 5'3". Like I said, I am a twink in real life. But shooting one was one of the most violent experiences I've had in 45 ACP. You could see the fireball erupting from the end of the muzzle, but I really loved it. My dad was scared of it, which is but I loved every time I pulled the trigger. It's one of those things that you love to hate, and I hate to love. Because I want to go back whenever I go shooting again. I want to go back and tame it. I want to shoot another 1911, like one that doesn't jam on me all the time, and I want to like tame that recoil and like not be scared of it anymore. As for like more modern guns that I have shot a Glock, which it's consistent, it's reasonable, it's what I would consider for self-defense, and the other one is the Walther PDP. The new replacement for the P99 by Walther. And like one of the best triggers that I've had on a semi-auto. Literally, like, yes, there is recoil they have to deal with. It is like, because it's such a lightweight gun, you have to deal with the recoil, and it is pretty bulky for its weight. But for like, the trigger is so soft, it feels like you're like playing a video game controller. That's how it feels like on the trigger. The Colt Python is a fat revolver. You might be better off trying a Colt Cobra. I want something in 357 to pair with like a 9mm. If I have a Colt Cobra, I want it in something like 32, I guess, to pair with a 32. Because there's one of my favorite guns that I haven't shot is the Walther PPK. because I'm a big fan of James Bond. I want one in 32 ACP with an aluminum frame. You can get those, I think, either the wartime versions that had an aluminum frame, or the PPK-L versions that had aluminum frames. I know the Colt Cobra, the modern one, has a steel frame, but the old ones had a lightweight aluminum one that I would like to try out. Either those in like 380 or 32, or 380 for the PPK or the PPK-S, which I would like, and 38 Special or 32 Smith & Wesson for the Colt Cobra. Oh, Cobra is 357 by default. That's the Felix is pocket sized. Yeah, I am a little man. I am pocket sized. Cobra is 357 by default. I think that's the Colt Cobra. I think that's the King Cobra, which is a different variant. Going into media stuff. Favorite movie. I have a lot of favorite movies, but I would say definitively my favorite movie of all time has to be Porco Rosso by Hayao Miyazaki. I don't like Hayao Miyazaki. I think he's a piece of shit. But all of his movies are some of the best shit I've ever watched. And straight up, I've always had an interest in military stuff, but I've always had an interest in flying and aviation. In my past, I went to an aerospace, like a technical college, and tried to learn mechanical engineering so I could learn how to design aircraft. But I wasn't smart enough for that, and I flunked out. But all that and the favorite but it stuck with me for a long while, and genuinely one of the most moving movies I've ever seen was Porco Rosso. And it's funny because the red pig, Porco Rosso, or Marco Pago, which is his original name, he feels like a literally me. He's one of those Sigma male type characters. He is that kind of character. He is that kind of character. But Curtis as well, who I felt like, because Miyazaki doesn't like Americans, but ironically, the American asshole character that he included in Porco Rosso, I felt very relatable, and some of my friends also tell me, I feel like a lot like Curtis because I'm a hopeless romantic. He proposes to everyone. He's overconfident. He's brash. He has a lot of swagger, but he isn't a romantic at heart. Curtis in Porco Rosso, that movie, genuinely the most emotionally moving movie I've ever seen, and I try to get and. That is up there for one of the best movies I've ever seen. Before I started streaming, when my parents were out of the house, I did a little film festival for myself. And that still is my favorite. As for live action movies, what I've said, my favorite movie is Heat. My favorite live action movie is Heat. Is definitely Heat, Michael Mann's Heat. I have rambled about it on this channel before. It's called A Beautiful Hell. That's what I call it, A Beautiful Hell. But the characters, it is wonderful. It is great. Genuinely my love for it, it demonstrates a lot of my love for cinema. I've talked about it to I haven't collabed with him, but he was in my chat. I've talked to Kilroy about it. I've talked to Kilroy about because his favorite movie is Heat as well, next to Tenet. As for other live action movies, a lot of them are action adventure movies. Die Hard 1 was a favorite of mine for a while. One of my favorite comedies has to be Rush Hour. For sci-fi, it has to be Inception and a Star Wars Rogue One. Although if we're gonna go for the original trilogy of Star Wars, then Return of the Jedi is my favorite. Even though I know that Revenge of the Sith is the best movie of all of Star Wars, but my favorite personally is Return of the Jedi. But as a standalone, not involving any of the characters, I think something that I find instantly rewatchable, which I did watch recently, was Rogue One. As for other movies, I like Inception. Like I've said before, Inception and Interstellar for my two favorite Christopher Nolan movies. I've mentioned James Bond before, but all of the movies have their own quirks and styles. but what I most often find myself putting on, like to watch, is Tomorrow Never Dies. Tomorrow Never Dies, The Living Daylights, and Goldfinger. Those three at least are like some of the best for me. Um, and as for other like animated movies, there's this movie called Belle, this anime movie called Belle, which is about this girl who becomes a famous singer in the metaverse, and she has to she has to help this kid who's a monster in the game in the metaverse and like this virtual world, but he's like a really troubled kid in real life, so she has to come protect him. And that is probably my second favorite my second most favorite animated movie. Um Belle. It's an adaptation of Beauty and the Beast. What is it? Yeah, Belle 2021. Um, which is an adaptation of Beauty and the Beast. It's about and like the Japanese title is The Dragon and the Freckled Princess. I'm gonna post a link in chat because I want to really show this off. Oh, the Viper variant is 357. That's why I thought it was 357 by default. Yeah. This is like my second favorite animated movie, Belle. And like as like this I partially like I forget about it, but thinking back about it at the time, it is genuinely like it is another one of those emotional drama movies. That's a really good as an anime, Belle. So, and like it's about this girl who like becomes this sort of like there's like a metaverse, kind of like a Matrix, sort of like this virtual world. It's like Beauty and the Beast meets Ready Player One, and there's this Ready Player One style world, even though it's done better than Ready Player One. And she goes into this virtual world and becomes this like princess singer, and she has to make contact with the Beast. Who's a troubled kid in real life, and she has to go protect him. And he and that story genuinely it's not a romance, unlike in Beauty and the Beast, because she's a lot older than the Beast's than the kid who plays the Beast. But the kid who, like the girl who plays the princess, is a lot older, like an older teen than the kid who plays the Beast in real life, in the real life versions. But it's like she develops this really nice like elder sister relationship with him and protects him from his abuser, which I feel like is really moving. And I think honestly, Belle as a movie, like if I was to consider, if I wanted to make the idea of being a VTuber as a cinematic experience, Belle is what I would credit. That is like, if you want to know what being a VTuber is, then watch Belle. At least watch VTubers, of course, like, and pick up a stream. But if you want to get it as like a cinematic experience, then watch Belle. As for Western animated movies, it would be Kubo and the Two Strings. Kubo and the Two Strings as like another great animation that I really liked. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is another one. Yet still another one that I really credit. As for other live action movies, I would say they're all like, I guess I really enjoy the visual spectacle, but Mission Impossible 6, which is known as Fallout, which is different from the Fallout video game series, but Mission Impossible 6. What other ones? And Top Gun Maverick. I am a big fan of, like, I know he's an asshole, like, he's kind of a bitch, but I really like a lot of Tom Cruise movies. He's genuinely like my favorite actor. Like, in a lot of the stuff I've seen him in, it's just like I feel an emotional connection to a lot of his characters. Gonna be real. Few things could not be done better than Ready Player One. Well, Perv, you're a boomer. You're a boomer. You're of that era. You are of that era where like Ready Player One was all the craze, but Belle, like emotionally, at least from an emotional and drama standpoint, I feel like it does elements of it a little bit better. going back to favorite video game, at least the ones that I want to play, goes to Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, because I feel like it's like I mentioned in that recent stream with Kilroy, Metal Gear Solid 2 is narratively one of the best video games ever written. Yeah, it might not have like the best gameplay, but it's one of those kinds of stories that I want to go through, that I want to like experience. I was insulting Ready Player One. It was a shit movie. It was a shit. I watched it in theaters. The Steven Spielberg version, but I later recognized it's kind of like Avatar. Great visuals, like fun for the kids and the adults, but it didn't mean anything at the end of the day. So it doesn't like really mean anything. It was just there for hey kids, it's a movie about a video game, and like, hey adults, want to relive your childhood because it's a thing from the 80s, and like, yeah, and all that. I did watch it. It was mid, I would say at best. I would watch it again, even if it is aggressively mid. How is Florida? Is it good? I love the state. Honestly, I love my state. It has a lot of its problems. It can get pretty dull from time to time. But I guess semi-doxing myself, I live very close to a beach, and having that kind of beach access, it's really nice. It is genuinely a beautiful state. I would like for anyone who cares, even for people who like grew up here. I am kind of in a bit of like a more drab area. It was just so they could stick a bunch of copywritten characters in a movie to hide the drug money. Yeah, but yeah. Florida is it is a pretty state. I would like for anyone I would like people to experience North Florida, South Florida. Most of my experience is on the East Coast of it. I have not experienced with the Gulf Coast. I've been to Sarasota and Clearwater recently, but I didn't do like travel streams on it or anything because I didn't think it was worth it. But yeah, but it's nice. It's nice to have with family. It's nice to do with people and all that. Florida, but yeah, I love the state. My favorite city in Florida has to be Daytona and Key West. Two very different things. But like I recommend you all to experience it. Speaking about any more like other cities that I would recommend would be kind of doxing myself, but yeah. Been to Miami? Yes. Of note, I did not mention Miami when I said I love the cities in my state. I did not mention Miami. Miami is not fun. Speaking honestly and clearly, Miami is not fun. It is one of those cities that is just oh man. Miami, it is hellish. It is hellish to drive into. It's hellish to drive to. It's hellish to drive into. The city is a jumbled mess. You can't make sense of anything. The only parts I really like are like around the port cities, where you can like kind of make sense of things. I just like, and around the airport, because I've been to the airport a lot. It is not fun. Miami is not fun. Although parts of Miami I do like are South Beach, because I want to play GTA Vice City, and it has such that vibe. It has such like an interesting vibe. It has so much character. South Beach overall, that's a place, that's a part of Miami I would gladly go to again. But that's like that and the port area are like the only worthwhile parts of Miami that are nice to see. That are nice to see. How old are you? Today I turned 22. I am 22 now. Last year I was 21, but yeah, I'm 22 now. So I'm still a baby to a lot of people. But I am around college age. Seen a manatee? I can't recall if I've seen one at a zoo or not. No, I think I might have seen one before. I'm not sure. They are really cute. I have seen dolphins. I have seen dolphins in real life though. What other countries have you been to? I have been to okay, so I have been to the Bahamas. I've been to the Bahamas. I have been to Mexico, but only like Cozumel. What other country? I've been to Cozumel. I've been to Canada, but only the shitty part, like Vancouver. Um, I have been to the Philippines. I've been to South Korea, but only as like an airport thing. I've been to the UK, but only London, and honestly, there wasn't much in London. I did not like that place. I've been to France. I've been to Paris, and I've been to Versailles. Versailles is a lot prettier than Paris. Like Paris has really nice architecture, and like it's a really beautiful city, but everyone there is a fucking asshole. And so like if you could get Paris without the people, I would love it. I've been to Italy, which I have talked about on stream. I've been to Italy. I've been to Italy, a genuinely beautiful country. Oh my gosh, I love Italy. I love Italy. I love Milan. I love Rome. I love Florence. I love Pisa. I love Venice. Like my dad tells me, I'm like because of the food I like. Despite me being Filipino, I love American food and I love Italian food. Next to my ethnic heritage, I love American food and I love Filipino food. I love American food, I love Filipino food, but my favorite food overall has to be Italian or Italian inspired. Because I just love the flavors that come out of there. I love that. I love that place. Would I live there? Would I live there? No. I would continue living in America. For countries I want to visit, I do want to go to Japan, but like on my own terms at some point. I do want to go to Taiwan. I want to go to Switzerland as well. I want to visit Switzerland. But for the most part, like when places I want to go, I want to stay within the US, experience like the national parks and stuff like that. Which like I'm jumping forward, but what states have you been to? Of course, I live in Florida. I've been to Georgia. I've been to South Carolina. I've been to Louisiana. I have been to Maryland. I have been to Washington D.C. if that counts as a state. I have been to New Jersey, but only briefly. I've been to I was born in Pennsylvania. I have been to Maine. Okay, so worldly, been to a lot of places. Yeah, my parents I am middle class, but my parents like to take me to a lot of places. Yeah, I live in Florida. I've been to Georgia. I live in Florida. I've been to Georgia. I've been to South Carolina. I've been to Louisiana. I think very briefly I have not been to Alabama. Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Louisiana, Maryland, Washington D.C., Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey. Hey, it's Streaming Chance theme. New Jersey, New York. Yeah, okay. On the east, for like New England, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maine, Massachusetts. I think we've driven through New Hampshire before, or Vermont, but only partially. On the West Coast, I have been to Seattle. I have been to Washington State. I have unfortunately been to California, but thankfully I was too young to remember anything. And my favorite state, besides Florida, has to be definitely Nevada, if only for Clark County. I'm not built for the desert, but like everything in Nevada seems to be my kind of vibe. I love Las Vegas. I love Clark County. Maybe it's because I played Fallout New Vegas or I've been there in real life. I love Clark County. Genuinely, my favorite place, like outside of Florida, my favorite cities in the U.S. have to be Daytona. Daytona Beach in Florida. Las Vegas, and then New Orleans in Louisiana. Those places are just the GOAT. I love those places. Those are my favorite cities in the US. I cannot get enough of Las Vegas. It is one of those, it's sleazy as fuck, but I love it. The Asian twink lives on America's wang. I could make a horribly racist joke, but I'll bite my tongue. No, go ahead. Go ahead. The Asian twink lives in America's wang. But yeah. No, actually, Daytona, Key West. If you're going to Florida and you're going to South Florida, skip Miami. If you can't go to South Beach for Miami, Skip Miami. I skip Miami and go to Key West. Oh my gosh. Love of my heart. It is like a tropical love of the world. I love Key West. Beautiful, like beaches and everything. Like if you want to do a beach episode, go to Daytona or go to Key West. Most interested history topic. This is gonna be very insulting to random perv. Everything that he lived through. The Cold War. World early 1900s all the way up to the early 2000s is my general interest. I guess technically it starts with I have war autism, I have weapons autism, so like gun autism starts at the Wild West and ends at like real life, like current year. But in terms of actual history, it would be like colonial histories of a lot of like European powers. I guess maybe it's because I am Asian and my country has been my ethnic country has been colonized by like Spain and the United States. I'm interested in colonial history of the U.S. A lot of American history. I like the American Revolution and studying about that because of like the political themes of the American Revolution and the sort of like the birth of liberalism in the West. But also the colonization periods, the Spanish missions in America and the Philippines. But besides those, in terms of like modern history, it would be like what happened, like Western involvement in Asia, like places like the Philippines, Japan, and China. The Chinese warlord era. I want to learn more about that. I want to learn about like the Republic of China. But I grew up like my main history fixations were World War II, and my main like loves for history is World War II and the Cold War. It wasn't that fucking Google blocked it. It wasn't that special living through it. We were just bigger dicks because we assumed we'd be atomized at any time. But yeah, World War II and the Cold War, like if not for like the military history and the geopolitics, I really like the geopolitics of the era is really interesting at the time. West Berlin, West Germany, the Soviet Union, World War II and the early rise of like the interwar, that brief interwar before of the rise of Of course, I do not support any of these ideologies, but I think like the early rise of fascism in the 1930s, like in Spain, Germany, and Italy is like a fascinating topic. Especially and the rise of and the early revolutions of the time. Again, I hate communism too, but I think I think Russian history and the history of the Soviet Union is also really interesting as well. And I guess that's why I like the Cold Wars, because all these like different ideas were clashing at the time, and the histories of a lot of obscure nations of the time. Those are like of time periods that I'm interested in, at least. As for and that goes into part of it. Part of it, admittedly, is because of the military stuff, and like I said, and that goes into the stuff here, into the stuff, into the other stuff Big Yike has asked me. Favorite tank? Favorite tank has to be the M60 Patton. Although I like a lot of other tanks too. The Patton series of tanks is probably it's big, it's bold, it's brash, it's American, it's round, and it's it is one of those kinds of tanks that I feel briefly emulate where we were briefly the US and the USSR were the US and the Soviet Union were kind of piggybacking off of each other's ideas, because the M6 the Patton series of tanks and the T-55 through T-62 T-54 through T-62 series were very similar despite being from the opposite countries. But yeah, he likes the Patton because of Girls and Panzer. I like Girls and Panzer. I really that is the first anime I was introduced to. That is the first anime I was introduced to. That's what made me a weeb. But Girls and Panzer is my comfort anime. I know the series is finished by now, but oh my gosh, I think if I watched the whole thing again, it would screw my head on straight, because that is where I found my first love, my first waifus, who was Yukari Akiyama and Murakami from the Das Finales, the big brown-haired girl who's the pirate girl, the sailor girl with the big tits and the big girl. but she's really sweet on the inside. The tomboy. But ironically, because Girls in Panzer focuses a lot on World War II tanks, like I think World War II tanks are interesting, but the Cold War military development is the most interesting of the bunch. Is the most interesting like for military history as a standpoint, which is why I like the Patton. I like the Patton series. The M60 Patton for modern tanks, the M47 Patton for early Cold War tanks. As for like Soviet tanks, that would go to the T-54 and the T-62M. And as for like and another obscure tank that I really like is the EET-1 Osorio from Brazil, because I feel like it could have been a Western competition, a Brazilian like a Western competitor to the T-72, and from Russia or the Soviet Union, the T-72. I know it's like suffering right now in Ukraine. It's not doing very well. But at the same time, I do feel like it is just like a good-looking tank for all of its faults and all of its flaws. Small boy wants a big girl with a bigger tits. Well, get in line. But I also like Yukari, who is just like the autism creature, who is supposed to be the literally me of the group. And I also like, as for a favorite APC IFE, maybe it's because I'm Filipino, but the American Cadillac Gauge Commando, because it was used a lot in the Philippines. Like if you've seen the Armor of God free Wi-Fi APCs in the Philippines, and like as an extension of that, the modern version would be the M117 security vehicle, which is a modern variant of the Cadillac Gauge Commando, the Commando Scout. And I think everyone who likes American military history likes the M113, and especially all like the Taiwanese variants as well that have the up armor. But yeah, those are my favorites of those for IFVs and APCs. Favorite YouTuber? I wouldn't say I really have a favorite YouTuber at the moment. A favorite YouTuber? Because I just haven't watched Flesh Tubers in a while. I still watch a lot of them. It would maybe be Ahoy and Face Full of Eyes, who are like video essayists. As for I like gun tubers. I have pretended to be administrative results on this channel before. As like since I'm a lot into guns, I got into it partially because of gun tubers, and admin results is a beautiful man, a beautiful specimen of a man. I have pretended to be him on this channel before for a reason, so I guess he's up there. Favorite VTuber, my Kamiyoshi has to be Pipkin Pippa. Like overall, has to be Pipkin Pippa. I discovered her when I was like in a dark place. I got into VTubers because of Amelia Watson. I stayed into Hololive because of Mori Calliope. Unironically, I don't care for her kinds of music, but her covers are really good. She's just a she's just a really pretty person, and I like her vibe. I like her content. Callie has been Callie is one of those people, like, to me I can't help but really like. I can't help but love. But my Kamiyoshi, like, especially after leaving Hololive, has for Face Connect, has definitely gonna be Pipkin Pippa. It's ironic because a lot of the VTubers that I like are like sexually attractive, big tits, tall women, that kind of thing. But Pippa is the opposite of that. She's just a friend, really. She just feel like, not necessarily like I'm attracted to her or anything, but there's Base of the Titan, so Howard will be happy. But Pippa overall is like comfort food. Like, just like how Girls and Pandas is my comfort anime, Pippa is like my comfort food, my comfort VTuber, so to speak. She's, hold on, I gotta throw something away. Pippa! Pippa is just one of those types. She's just like I discovered her when I was in a dark place, and I really connected with her. I discovered her because of like, ooh, she's like says edgy. She says edgy shit. She wants to like. She said she hates glowies, and like there were scandals because she was getting into fights with like, drama tubers, and she was like and she was like getting into political things, and so I thought like, yeah, I like Pippa. I think Pippa would be interesting. But Pippa, but honestly, Pippa has grown to be something else. And even if I don't watch her streams too often, it would be, honestly, like, honestly, the stuff that I watch her for, it's for comfort. It is for pure comfort. Pippa logged on and called him a nerd. Nah. But yeah, and part of the reason why I like Pippa is because she kickstarted Flavor. Even if I am not affiliated with Flavor, it is what inspired me to try VTubing, or at least PNG tubing on my own, because she functions like so much of her is it's just like she is inspiring. She genuinely is inspiring, and not a joke. Part of it is Pippa the Ripper. I know she hates it, and that's part of the charm. But she the song lyrics can connected with me so much because of it's really simple lyrics, but it's something that I just adore. It's something that it can be inspiring to anyone, but that's why I love Pippa. As for others in Phase Connect, that would be Urika, because I feel like, well, like my second favorite in Phase Connect besides Pippa would be Dizzy. Definitely would be Dizzy. Like, yeah, some of it's the tits, but the other half is like the really honest personality that I really like from her. Because, and like hearing her experiences, hearing like her side of herself, it's fascinating. It is genuinely fascinating, really. I watch Leah from time to time. I watch Urika from time to time. I watch Ember and Jelly from time to time. I watch Lumi from time to time. A lot of the new I love all the new invaders. I love Mari. I love Mari. I love Sleepy, especially because like I knew her from before as a semi-affiliated Flavor, because my own Oshi from Flavor, Brolime, was like talked to her a lot. I like Rooney. There's a lot to like. There's a lot to love in Phase. The only ones I like, I watch Tenma from time to time, but it's mostly the English speakers that I like. There's a lot to love from Phase, but the top three would be Pippa, Dizzy, because those are the two I watch the most, and Pippa, Dizzy, and maybe Rooney, because she's the one I also watch a lot. As for outside of Phase, I like Tomoe Mari, the horse girl. Very like I've been following her for a while. I kind of had to grow into her. Like Pippa, I like got into her because I was fascinated with her. Like, ooh, she's in the military. Ooh, she's a horse. And she says, and like the reason why I got into Tomoe is because she just like originally with her old model, she just said the wildest shit. She would kind of like have schizo moments where she would just like say that. She would just say things and like pretend to be inspirational quotes. But yeah, that's why I like Tomoe. Mozu from Vitare as well. And the other common one that I watch, the other common like outside of that is Alien Mixture from Alien Mixture from she's affiliated with Socks now. And in Vealer, should be Cotton Bum. Like, yeah, she's hot as fuck, and like she definitely leans into the sex appeal. Like, yeah, she's sexy, but she's also like a sexy person that you can talk to. I feel like a conversation is like over drinks or over like in a cafe with Chibi would be really interesting. I'd like to talk about literature with her at least, or like my perspective as a writer with Chibi. She is that kind of woman that is like fascinating in that kind of way. As for male VTubers, definitely In the, like at least in the recent past, before he got banned, Brolime was my Oshi. Brolime was my Oshi. Neo, as you all know, I raid into him a lot. Seki, Seki, who I plan to raid into after this, or at least after I do my thing. Seki, like, not my favorite, but someone I definitely watch a lot. He's kind of like the male version of Pippa, in which I can throw him on, and he's consistent with his content, and, like, there's always going to be, like, either he's playing something that's interesting or not, but regardless, like, I could listen to him talk, and, like, I could fall asleep with, like, him and his friends in the background, with him and Kantan in the background. But my favorite current male VTuber definitely has to be Mollington, both, like, as someone who I could kind of call a friend, because he supported me for a long time. He's, like, taken an interest in, like, this upstart young guy trying to get into VTubing or PNG tubing, and just for his content overall, he's just great. I still like Mollington to be the next James Bond. I still elect him to be the next James Bond. If I am gonna flatter him. If I have a little bit of I'm not gay, he's just cool. He's just that cool, so I like him a lot. Do you have any pets? I'm not good with animals. I love animals, but I'm not good with them. I had an aquarium when I was a little kid, but I wasn't very responsible. So my parents, for the most part, had to take care of them, and we had some freak accidents where fish would just die. Like, at some point, they would just die. We'd have, like, pet shrimp and pet fish, like freshwater or saltwater, and they would just die because we weren't taking good care of them. Because we weren't taking care of them. A few times I have taken care of my older cousin has, my aunt and uncle still live in the state, but my older cousin lives, in different parts of the country. So and she has a pet guinea pig that they sometimes drive over for me to take care of. And that thing, I love that thing. It's very cute. I like petting that thing. I feel like I would have a pet if, like, I'm not good with cats or dogs. My dad, for some reason, is deathly afraid of cats. I don't understand why. But as for pets, like, I would like a small rodent, like a guinea pig or a rat, or like a fancy rat. But my biggest fear of having a pet like that would be having to spay or neuter them. And I am not comfortable with that idea. I know it's ethical, like, you're supposed to do it, but to me, it's like, I would feel bad eternally if I ever had to take away my pet's, like, ability to reproduce. Like, it's cruel, it's inhumane. I wouldn't want it to do that. Like, I wouldn't want to do that. But that's, like, my biggest aversion to having a pet, is having to spay or neuter them. Favorite car? I have a lot of different favorite cars, but, like, a lot of them are Mustang variants, because, like, a lot of them are Mustang variants. Hold on, let me, I got Wi-Fi here. A lot of them are Mustang variants, like the Mustang Mach 1, especially from, like, the late 60s and the early 70s. Resto modded Mustang 2s, I feel like, can be pretty cars. Definitely, like, I spoke down a lot about them with Terrible Artists or Grayzoomer, as they like, Terrible Artist, who's probably in here. The old Fords and old Chevys and that sort of, like, that kind of thing. Like, I'm into a lot of retro cars, because I think, I like a lot of land yachts. Besides, like, still technically a Mustang, but not a Mustang itself, would be the Mercury Cougar. I love the Mercury Cougar, as a car. It's so pretty. Other ones, I guess, besides that, would be the, I would like, for Chevy stuff, I guess I would like a Hummer, unironically. I would like a Humvee. I like Cadillacs outside, like, for GM stuff. I like Cadillacs. The big Escalade. I like big cars. I like big cars, and I like small cars too. But He says he opposes spay neutering because he was menaced with it as a twink. Shut up. No, I wasn't. But yeah, I like a lot of different cars. As for foreign cars, for Japanese cars, I like the Nissan Fairlady, and the Toyota Celica, at least the older versions. The Nissan Fairlady and the Toyota Celica. I like the Toyota Land Cruiser. As for European cars, there's one from Alfa Romeo I really like. Um, the Lamborghini Espada is a really pretty car. As for like the modern Lamborghinis, I guess I would kind of like a Diablo, but it's like, well, one of the most expensive cars in the world, I think, for like collectible cars. Aston Martins from the UK, I guess, because I like James Bond, I love Aston Martins. Oh shit, I'm getting an ad. But yeah, there's those. I love Aston Martins. I love the Aston Martin, the DB5, the DBS V12, the DB5, the DB5, the DB, what is that? The DB, the Aston Martin V8, the DB5 from James Bond. Both of them are in James Bond, and the Aston Martin Vanquish, as well as the Velour. As like, but if you're telling me to like go into supercars, then definitely the Aston Martin Velour. What else besides that? Oh yeah, I skipped over favorite TV show. Favorite TV show of all time has to be Cowboy Bebop. Has to be Cowboy Bebop. Related to it, one of my favorite movies from it, one of my favorite anime movies has to be Cowboy Bebop Knocking on Heaven's Door. But Bebop is genuinely the best TV show I've ever watched. Overall, like I'm not even too much of a weeb because I don't watch anime too much. I don't follow it too much, but I want to get into a lot of it because like when I have the time. But yeah, that rounds out those questions, and then what else? Okay. Did I get anything from that page? Any questions from there? Okay. I have to post this. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna pour myself a drink and make myself some food. Because this is my dinner time. After this one, I guess this relates to your comment, Random Perv, but, hold on. Question 2. Question 3. You would have, where's question 3? Where's that? Let me take it. Oh, this fucking thing. Fuck you, terrible artists. What's your ballsack's name? What's your ball? It doesn't have a name, but I try and take good care of it because I like having my balls. And then with that, I'm going to make myself some food, and I will be serving myself my first drink of the stream. I did promise myself a drink, so I will be making something simple, a Jack and Coke. So I'm gonna put my laptop there, and then I'm gonna pull myself some food, and then and if any of you have any more questions in chat, then please fire away so I can keep the stream going. That's a really nice. I'm gonna make myself some. Alright, I'm gonna throw that over there. Is that okay? That's turning that up. Been there for 5 minutes, and I'll be pouring this. Let's make myself a drink. What are you eating? I have some shepherd's pie that I have. Some stuff from the fridge that I'm heating up from and eating. Favorite rifle? Favorite rifle? That has to be the AR. That definitely has to be the AR. Specifically the older like retro M16, the A1 and A3 variants. Like I said before, I would love to have a kind of like custom build from Noveski, from the Noveski company. As for ARs, I also like derivatives, kind of like the what is that? There's the CMMG Banshee and the what is that? The Tink Arms Perun X16. As for other guns that I love the AK. I can't help but love the AK, the AK-47 series. I prefer the AR, but I can't not love the AK because it partially got me into guns. And besides that, the HK-G3 series, the Heckler & Co. G3 series, the G3, the HK-33, the MP5, that series of weapons is really nice. So yeah, let me pour myself, let me get this, let me get my, alright, let's see if Valhalla taught me anything. Let's see if Valhalla taught me anything on how to drink. So let me pull up how to make a Jack and Coke. Jack and Coke. Okay. How do I make one of these? Okay. I can make I have enough, actually. I have enough to make one Jack and Coke and then one. Or I can do a straight. I think one straight. 3-to-1 cola with whiskey. Okay. Double rocks glass. Add ice. Pour in 2 ounces of Coke. Add in the okay. Garnish with lime. Top up. Okay. So let's get myself a Coke. That Coke that I've been saving. And, where's that? Okay, so let me go get my mixer. I have the mixer. Oh, I have shot glasses. I have shot glasses too. Cheers, I have 70. Where's that? I'm missing my... Where's that? I'm missing that. Give me a second. I might just mix it with the shot glass instead. But I like having the real cocktail mixer better. Where's that? That's the cap. It's for the top. Okay, so that's the glass. Oh man, I love Jack. I love Jack. That's some good shit. What did my what is that? I'm trying to remember the. It's a bartending term. I'm trying to remember the Okay, that's not in there. Sugar. I might have to use my shot glass for this one. Ooh, the pie is done. Sorry for the wait, guys. I'm like trying to find some stuff. Ignore the squeaking noises. That's totally not me. Needing a chair to get the same thing. Okay, where is that? I can't remember. I cannot remember for the life of me where this thing is. Is that it? No, come on, man. What the hell happened to my we have shot glasses, but we don't have those. Oh well, alright. I think I'll just use the shot glass. Yeah, I think I'll just use the shot glass. Anyway. Okay, back. I had to toss just some trash in the pit. You don't have proper shot glasses in the States, they're all too small. Art of drink. Alright, in a double rocks glass, add ice. Hey! It's New Love is a Drug. Oh man, I love that song. Fuck yeah, best song in the game. Okay. Hold on, maybe I should text and ask. Oh, that's the one place I should check. There it is. There it is. Now I have the original. So I have the shot glass. I have the real thing. I have the original. I have the shot glass if I ever need it. I have the 1.5 ounces. Okay, and that's 0.75 ounces. Okay, 4 ounces Coca-Cola. That's 1.5 ounces. Add ice, pour in 2 ounces of Coke, add the Jack Daniels, add the remaining, top up with the remaining cola, garnish with the lime and cherry. Okay. 2 ounces of Coke. Gotta add 1 part. I'm just mixing it into the directly into the glass, so I guess it's not like I necessarily needed the mixer, the cocktail shaker. That's 3 ounces, but let's add the Jack. What in a Let's see how many ounces are even left when I'm done with this. Okay. Um, that's one part, and then let's see if we can get another part out of this. Oh man, that's it. Oh, that's only a half part of the jack left. Excuse me as I lick the bottle. Oh man, that's good. Anyway, that's the so that's the jack, and then let's add more of the coke. Let's add more of the coke. Garnish with soda at the bottom, helps mix the whiskey. So I have this. I could make a rum and coke or a Cuba Libre a bit later. So there's that. Okay, that's good. I think that's a full glass, and then garnish with lime. Garnish with lime. Okay. I'm gonna miss you, Jack. Alright, let's garnish that with a lime. Let's get a lime. And saving it with a pear. Oh, we have one. We have one pre-cut, so that's gonna be nice. If we make more, so we have more to work with. Alright. Hold on as I open up this bag so I can get my precious limes. I tied this tighter than I did last time. Hold on, let me your chat box refuses to let me tell you. Don't get too hammered. Your chat box refuses to let me tell you what to drink now. This is discrimination at its most first world problems. Favorite live action show? That's actually a difficult one because I don't watch too many of those. Live action show. I don't watch a lot of TV in general, even like outside of anime. I don't watch a lot of TV. Hold on, let me alright, I'm gonna squeeze some lime in here. I'm gonna take one from the Cubans, like a idea from the Cubans, and then squeeze a lime in there. Instead of garnishing it in the glass itself, instead of garnishing it on the lip of the glass or on the rim, I drop the whole thing in. Alright. Look, so I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna think. Alright. I'm gonna drink and I'm gonna think. I do have some rum, which I can substitute later. I can do a rum shot, or I can do some rum and coke. Alright. Kanpai! I don't think I fully mixed it. But I can taste the Jack, I can taste the Coke, and I like both. That is nice. That is wonderful. Oh man, that is good. I always like cocktails. I always like doing it for taste. Because a lot of the normie friends around me, like I've mentioned before, they drink to get drunk. I drink for the taste. I am there to sample the best shit. I want to learn what it's like my friends, like my normie friends that I hang out with in real life, tend to be the kinds of people that like they will drink fucking hand sanitizer if it gets them drunk. But I'm the guy there that wants to try out what a sex on the beach is. That's me. And that's why I feel like I've always liked the idea of mixology. or bartending and that kind of thing. I always wanted to do that. Seems your chat box hates me, so I'll post it in your Discord. Okay. What's this? Here's a grown-up drink from him, a personal message. Here's a grown-up drink for you. Mix yourself a Hellfire shot. 40% menthol, 40% capsaicin, 20% Everclear. Vodka is an acceptable substitute. The only thing of this that I have, okay, a Hellfire shot. Hellfire shot. No, well, that's not what it looks like, but 40% menthol, 40% capsaicin, 20% Everclear. I only have vodka, and I'm not gonna fuck with that because I don't even like vodka. I only have vodka. I am not. That is. Look, if that is a big boy drink, I am not big enough a boy to take that because that is dangerous. That is dangerous to the health. I am not fucking with that. Anyways, so having some dinner here as well. Hey, are there any more questions that you would like for me to answer? I still haven't answered my favorite live action show, but I think this is gonna sound very fuck. I dropped some of the food. This is going to sound a little bit Reddit. Honestly, the most enjoyable TV show that I've watched in my memory, in my own like legitimate memory, is probably The Mandalorian from Star Wars. Unironically, I think it's I love the aesthetics, I love the atmosphere, and I think they weren't the most well written. It wasn't the most well written show, but putting it all together, putting like visually as a visual aesthetic, I enjoyed it. Purely as a visual, purely for the visual aesthetic, I enjoy The Mandalorian as a TV show. I mean, technically, it's less a it's not really a fiction TV show, but The Grand Tour and Top Gear, I've always loved that. It's called that because the nerves that are sensitive to cold and the ones that are sensitive to hot are different and can fire at the same time. Oh wow! So that's that sounds intense, but I don't think that's like my kind of thing. Yeah, since I have some Coke left, I have more Coke than I have rum. I mean, I have more Coke than I have I have more Coke than I have a my next drink will be a Cuba Libre, which unfortunately I do not have Bacardi. Unfortunately I do not have Bacardi. I have Havana Club. I much prefer Bacardi because I'm not a dirty communist. I bet it's because it's a space cowboy show. Yeah. Oh, the guy who likes Cowboy Bebop, the guy who likes Cowboy Bebop also likes The Mandalorian. Who knew? Have you played Cyberpunk 2077? No, I have not. Although I would. I would like to. It feels like my kind of game. Anything else? I don't think I've listened to this song in the game before. I will go out with drinking with some like real life friends tomorrow, so I'm not sure like should I unironically get a martini? Wanted to try one for a while. Oh man, that is good. It's a bit intense, but like Jack Daniels is unironically one of the more pleasant kinds of drink. Like it's actually, hold on. I prefer Jack. That hasn't changed. I prefer Jack. I have some Havana Club. I'll do a rum shot. I'll try a rum shot of this. Actually, I promised. Do we have enough angels? Do I have enough of Angel's Envy to do it with? No, that's my dad's. You know what? I'll leave it the Angel's Envy, and I'll do it with I'll do a second one with Wild Turkey. I'll do a second one. Any more stuff that I'll make, we'll do with we'll substitute Wild Turkey for the Jack Daniels. What's the next gotcha game you gotta gamble on? The two gotcha games that I have played are Nikke and Girls Front Line. Girls Front Line I like for the story, like both for the waifus and for the storyline. Nikke is just like because every girl there is a fucking sex machine, and like a really cute sex machine at that. So I love that. It's weird how cowboys can almost fit in any setting, and it only vaguely seems out of place. Jack Daniels is mid. If I have to go company, company made. I go Crown Royal. I might have some Crown Royal. And that is okay. I have Glenlivet. I have Mount Gay. I have Clan Gregory, I think. So I do in fact have Crown Royal, but since that is my father's and not mine, I'm not touching it. I will stick to my Havana Club and my Havana Club and my Wild Turkey. But yeah, like I prefer bourbon. I really like I prefer bourbons over and Tennessee whiskeys over scotches and that kind of thing. I'm not a Scotch guy. I don't think I've ever been a Scotch guy. I think because yeah, it's weird how cowboys can fit in almost any setting and only vaguely seems out of place. Yeah, it's kind of like how a gangster like the stereotypical image of a gangster can fit in basically any setting, like in any urban setting. The cowboy can fit in any rural setting. Like, as long as guns are involved, like, the gangster, like, the typical gangster or mafioso is always going to be, like, the king of the urban setting, and the cowboy is always going to be the king of the rural or, like, backcountry setting. It's just, like, that's how it is in fiction. That's always going to be how it is. Should make you drink a fruit brandy one day. I am not familiar with fruit brandy. I don't think I've tried Canadian whiskey either. Is that like whiskey with maple syrup? Actually, I have an idea. My next one will be a Wild Turkey and Coke, and instead of Coke, instead of doing a Cuba Libre, I am going to substitute the Coke with a one of these sparkling water sodas that I have. It's like fruit flavored. That's really nice. It's called like the ice, the sparkling ice drinks. Let's see what I got. Actually, yeah, peach lemonade. the straight lemonade. So, okay, so the Wild Turkey is 101 proof, or like 50% alcohol. Jack Daniels is 40% alcohol. So the Wild Turkey will be stronger, but so I'll get a bit more of a kick out of it. Happy birthday! Hey, thank you. Whiskey made with rye, not maize, huh? Okay, so whiskey made with rye and not maize. I know the mashes for the for whiskey always start off as originally for being made for beer, but they isolate it or somehow, and then they make it into whiskey down the line. And I have not tried moonshine. I know Pippa loves moonshine. She really is a redneck, or like at least LARPing is a redneck. Do I have a lemon? I do have a lemon, but it's a bit wrinkly, so I'll just trust the lime instead. When I make myself a lemon Havana. Actually, let's look up some stuff that I might look up that I might have tomorrow. Mojito. What's in a mojito? A traditional Cuban punch. Let's see what's in a mojito. So it's a rum cocktail as I expected. Green mint leaves, simple syrup, white rum, lime juice, club soda. Yeah, this seems like my kind of drink, a mojito. Mojito margarita. What's in a margarita? Tequila, lime, and triple sec. Strain over glass over ice. So there's that, and then margarita. Actually, let's look up what it looks. Let's have a gin martini. Oh, let's see what a gin martini is like. I've made moonshine with my dad. It's definitely an acquired taste. I never got into it, huh? Yeah, it seems like one of those like heavily intense kinds. Because as much as I think Bond is interesting, I would prefer gin with lemon over vodka with olive. At home, bartenders know how to make only 2 ingredients. Vermouth, gin. Yeah, because my friends are probably gonna like vodka. Gin, like I want to try gin because vodka. Everyone has vodka. Everyone fucking has vodka, and it tastes like shit. Like in the classic dirty martini. I don't think so. No, not a dirty. But yeah, I've always thought mixed drinks were really interesting, at least more so than drinks straight up. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so the next one I will be probably setting out some more food for myself, but I will also be making another one. I'll also be making a wild turkey with the a wild turkey and Coke because I have some Coke. I have some Coke left. Vodka is meant for mixing in the West. That's why it has to be as tasteless and colorless as possible. Gin is nice if you get good gin. I have never had gin, but I want to try it. Like, be in a cocktail or straight up, I would love to try gin. Because it's one of those it is one of those kinds of things where like the taste sounds intriguing. Meanwhile, I see my friends drinking fucking vodka, and I think, how do you down that shit? How the fuck do you down that shit? You're drinking fire water. You're drinking hand sanitizer. I want it to taste good when I get drunk. I'm like, come on, man. So I'll be pouring that into that same glass. I will be adding a little bit more lime. I'll be cutting up. Let's cut up some more limes. We have a half lime here. I think I'm gonna use that half lime for I'm gonna get a knife and cut up that half lime. Vodka isn't hand sanitizer, Everclear. Yeah. Okay, so let's cut up a lime. So we have those limes, and then... Okay, that is for an additional one. Let's make this now. Okay, so I'm doing two. How many ounces is this? How much left do we have? I might do one and a half part. Okay. That's 0.75 of an ounce. I think this is like, I'm regarding it to be parts and half parts. Let's do three of Coke. Three of Coke, even if it fizzes, because I don't want to lose any of the Coke. So for any Invaders fans, any Face Connect fans, what do you think of the new Invaders so far? I've been listening to the little tea party stream they had recently. I think it was yesterday. Let's put in the wild turkey now. Let's put in the wild turkey now. Let's see if this if we have enough to work with. Oh, that's quite a bit. Okay. And what do you think of the new Invaders fans? What do you think of the new Invaders? I think, you know what? I'm gonna go with 1.5 part. Because I don't want to run out the I don't want to run out the wild turkey too quickly. Oh, shit. Okay, so that's fine. That's fine, it's all fine. I'll put away the wild turkey now, because I am done with that. Well, I will try a one with Coke in that one. Let's get a little bit more fancy. Actually, should I cut out this line a little bit more? Yeah, I will. So let's half that line, and then instead of merely garnishing it, I will squeeze some of it inside, because to enhance the taste, I like limes. I love limes. Squeeze that inside, and then drop it in, and then add the rest of the Coke. Okay. I'll wait for it to settle, and then I will take another drink. Alright. So we have that to work with. When I'm out drinking, asking if the bar has any maple wines, as those are good. Mind you, I'm Canadian, so I am biased. I have never heard of a maple wine. I've only heard of mead, which comes from honey. I have never heard of maple wine, unironically. My prior statement about saying what if you had maple whiskey was a joke, because I genuinely didn't know if there was any kind of alcohol made from maple syrup or anything like that. Gin martini. There's that. I don't have the ingredients, but I might order one tomorrow. Have a bit more food, so this doesn't like hurt my stomach too badly. This is probably going to be a bit more intense because it has a bit more at least 10% more alcohol in it, and it also has two limes in it. It comes out as a wine. You can use wine to make vinegar. I'll ask if they have kumis if you want to try another animal product based alcohol that's made with milk. I wanted to try milk with alcohol for a while. I mentioned that idea of the Sunshine Cloud, which comes from Valhalla of all places, which to me would probably taste like some kind of whiskey with chocolate milk with caramel, with like some kind of like caramel syrup and whiskey or bourbon, or something along those lines. Either that or vodka. So I think I'm gonna end the stream after my third drink. Don't worry, guys. I do have a cake. I'm just probably gonna eat it off screen. But this has been nice. Do you all have any more questions for me? Anything else? We had this extensive list where I told all about myself. But is there anything else y'all want to ask about me? All right, let's try the wild turkey and Coke. That is noticeably stronger, but it's still sweet because of the Coke. I think one of the main advantages of pairing it with Coke is that it really, really drowns out any unpleasant aftertaste that you might have, and it makes you keep drinking. How many drinks until you're trying to kiss your friends? I feel like I'm a sober drunk. Whenever I get drunk, I'm having a hell of a time just standing. I don't become horny or anything. I actually think I'm a lot hornier when I'm sober. I just become really moody and self-reflective and all that. I don't, Now that you're 22, do you feel your back giving out? No, I still feel young and spry. But yeah, how many drinks until you're trying to kiss your friends? That doesn't really happen for me. That kind of thing, I don't think I've gotten wasted in the presence of other people. For the most part, I only drink alone. That's gonna change tomorrow because I'm going out with friends. I don't want to drink with them. But for the most part, I only drink alone, and I'm not even feeling the effects of the alcohol as of currently. I'm not even feeling it right now. I just feel the taste. So it could be because like I'm tricking my body into having a delayed reaction to it because I'm drinking Coke. I'm drinking like soda alongside it, so like I'm focusing on the soda. But yeah. Second bite of my food so I can That's a nice question. Let's check my Twitter if we have anything more. Where else are we in the Valhalla? Well, we're getting pretty close to the end of this playlist. You know what? Yeah, let's go until the end of the playlist because this is a good playlist. But yeah, I'm making a lot of any other questions that you would like to ask of me? I do feel myself slowing down a bit. Um, Not quite drunk, but not quite full on. Actually, hmm. Travis Spike, like the stuff that I kind of like to serve in Valhalla. That would have a lot of lime in it, wouldn't it? That would be like absinthe and lime. Yeah, that's nice. It cancel. It lets you experience the intensity of the drink. Having the Coke around lets you experience the intensity of the drink without the issues of the aftertaste. It could also be because my rocks are melting. This since it is pure ice, it is regular ice. I don't have cocktail rocks. So it could be that it's slightly diluting the drink. I'm not entirely sure, but I am drinking it pretty quickly. Is there any? He says he's just been starting to feel it. He's been slurring for almost an hour now. That's just how I talk. That's just how I talk. I do stutter a lot. That I do stutter a lot when sober. I'm just now, but yeah, I just am now feeling it. How many drinks until you start twerking on stream? You want me to twerk on stream? But yeah, no. I don't feel like I'm that kind of person. I have seen my friends get drunk as fuck before, and I've had to like haul him out of bed, haul him like to his car. That was quite recent though. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I might as well brain rot. So that Marvel movie that I saw recently, Thunderbolts, something I noticed was something that would be perfect for the movie would be Pippa the Ripper at the end, because it is the encapsulation of the movie as a whole. Again, I might sound drunk. This is a genuine sober thought that I've had. Marvel Thunderbolts and is has a really interesting connection that could be made to Face Connect, because they come from similar circumstances, and especially Pippa the Ripper, because it is that kind of song that would easily represent that kind of thing. To me, it is that kind of song. Actually, this might be my dinner as a whole. Since I'm having cake anyway, this might be my full dinner. So I think I'm putting away the rest of the pie, the rest of the shepherd pie. Actually, you know what? No, I'll keep going a little bit more. Should I? I'm not sure if let me put away the shot glass because I don't think I'll be needing it. I'm considering quitting now. I'm considering ending off with this one drink. I'm not sure if I should keep going with both my food and my drink, or if I should just like slow a bit down here. Never de años. I do have the capacity to make myself a bigger I might, you know what? I'm gonna try the I might end off soon. Unless y'all have any more questions. I might end off soon here so I can like have my cake and I'll send you over to somewhere else. So do you guys have any more questions? Actually no, I'm gonna run out the playlist. That's 30 more minutes. That's half an hour left of the playlist. You know what? I'll see how I am by the end of this Wild Turkey and Coke. I'll see how I am by the end of it, and if I can do any more. It is feeling a little bit more intense. Oh, hold on, we got an ad. Let's see how I am by the end of this, by the bottom of this bottle. I think I'll put away the, I'll put away my limes for now, because that's for another time. We can have a Cuba Libre at some other time. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end off pretty soon. At least after I finish this drink. But if any of y'all have any more questions... Oh, shit. Oh, there's a Shine Spark. I'll let Shine Spark play out, and I'll let, Your Love is a Drug play out, and I'll end off on that. Hey, it's Kiramiki! My beloved Kiramiki! I love Kiramiki. 1, 2, 3, let's go! Let's turn that up. Let's turn that up. Honestly, I would go to a Kiramiki concert in real life. I love you, Kiramiki. I wish I could attend one of your concerts. My jaw hurts a little bit. I think I'll put away I'll put away my rum for now. I think I forgot my dad has Hennessy. Because he likes to pretend he's a black man despite being an Asian doctor. Put my lemon soda away as well. Don't let them steal your choice. Shout, keep your spirit strong. 'Cause you were born to sing your song. Tonight, you guys are all stars. Don't stop shining. You've made your I love you, Kira
In
Miki.
that dark. 1, 2, 3,
I do
let's
not
go.
know when my next stream will be because my at the moment my parents are out of town, but they will be coming back soon, so I don't know when it'll adjust to their schedules, so to be able to stream. Although, so I don't know when I'm gonna return to streaming, but I know I will not be streaming on Monday. It might be Wednesday or Thursday. It might be Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not entirely confirmed on like a solid schedule later on. But yeah. Is Neo still going? So let me check my subscriptions. Oh, Miori's playing Metal Gear Solid 5. Oh, he's still alive. Oh yeah, Pippa isn't streaming. Like, I thought it would take her up her time slot, but she isn't streaming right now. I will be, so I'll skip forward after Shine Spark is over, so, after Shine Spark is over, and then to Your Love is a Drug, because I think that's worth, showing off what, like, where I, how I got into Valhalla. Okay, here it is. Let's turn that up. But yeah, I don't think I'll be drinking anymore. I'll just be having my cake and leaving. But thank you everyone so much for everyone who came. Thank you. Thank you, Dantiok Fanboy. Thank you, Random Perv. Thank you, Cute Flat Flamingo. Thank you, Hero of Logic. Thank you, Sharpnel. Thank you, Hansi Miles. I really appreciate you coming. Thank you, Crispy Chips. Thank you, Big Yike. And thank you, Foxtrot Sierra. Oh man, this is. I want to do a cover of this, as in like a male version, a male cover of this. Helpless for you, heavenly.
I feel the stars align for eternity, till the end of time. Ecstasy, so burned into my mind. You're a drug for me.
Oh, hey Felix, are you an only child? I feel like you are. Yes, I am in fact an only child. That's good shit. Let me take another swig. Fuck it, impromptu karaoke, because good way to cap off like this episode of my Valhalla obsession, my VA11 Hall obsession. When you're far away, I'm absorbed within a haze. All I'm held by you. Who you feel with me too. I'm down the days. I've been sleepless in a haze. I'm a slave to you. So damn helpless for you, heavenly. I feel the stars align for eternity, through the end of time. Ecstasy, all the perfect in my mind. You're a drug for me, pure and crystallized. Fuck, I love this song. Oh man, I na 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 na. Heavenly, I feel the stars align for eternity to the end of time. Ecstasy so burned into my mind. You're a drug for me, pure and crystallized. You never got bullied by a family member on stream. Only child energy. Yeah, I am aggressively an only child. I really am, which I feel like is a rarity because I have like one of the times that I had to end stream recently came about because one of my family members one of my parents did say did yell at me, but I think besides that, I think I'll end off here. This has been really nice. I appreciate everyone who came. Otsu love, guys, and I'll see you next time, whenever that may be. Hopefully, very soon. Um. Okay. Let's read into Neo since Random Perv took the time out of his day to get Neo to wish me a happy birthday. Where's Neo? Is he still live? Is he still live? Six watching. All right. Let's raid into Neo. Otsu love, everyone. Thank you for spending this birthday with me. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Otsu love, and I'll see you next times. Where's that? Let's manual raid.